Hi, everyone. So because of recent developments, we're having to amend the way that we approach makeup time. We've had students that are rescheduling last minute, and it is too short of amount of time for us to reach out to the next student who's waiting in line and for them to be able to arrange things in their personal life to be able to come to school outside of the regularly scheduled hours. So unfortunately, we're going to have to tighten things up a little bit. So I'm going to go through the new makeup time protocol. For students to qualify for makeup time, you have to complete your core classes. For Cosmos and Barbers, that's long hair cutting, short hair cutting, and the chemical course, formerly known as hair cutting 1, hair cutting 2, and color. For estheticians, it's phase 1 and phase 2. When you're making up time, you have to make up a minimum of 3 hours. 3 hours is the amount of time that the PM class is here in the evenings, but it has to be a solid block of time, and 3 hours is the minimum. When making up time, you have to be prepared to take appointments. The students that are there on their schedule. So if you're a PM making up during the AM students will have priority. And if you're a PM making up, if you're an AM making up in the PM students will take priority. But if there's an overflow of clients, then they can potentially be assigned to students making up time. So you are required to have all of your materials with you at school and be prepared to take those appointments. We require at least a 48-hour notice when making up time. We've had students try to come in and say, can I sign up for tonight? That isn't a sufficient amount of time. There's a few elements that we have to get in place. So we need 48 hours notice. Rescheduling makeup time is no longer permitted. So don't sign up unless you know you're going to be able to be here. If you sign up and you don't attend, then you're not going to be able to make up time for 2 weeks. So unfortunately, because of the back and forth, some students have had to miss out on makeup time because another student had taken a spot and then they canceled last minute. And we didn't, like I said earlier, didn't have a sufficient amount of time to get somebody else signed up in that spot. So rescheduling is, again, no longer permitted. And if you don't show, you won't be able to make up time for 2 weeks, okay? Time adjustments cannot be made for makeup time. So make sure that you clock in and out accordingly. Make sure you're not late. If you are late, you're just gonna miss those hours. The educators and staff were kept plenty busy with the students that are here during their schedule. So the responsibility is on you. You have to make sure that you're setting timers, you're setting alerts to make sure that you don't miss your deadlines, okay? And then students, I get asked this a lot. Students will come and say, please, please, please. But ultimately, once you hit your passport date, there's no more makeup time. We can't make up time after our passport date because we have to reconcile all your hours. After that point, we're starting the process of reconciling everything to get you prepared for graduation and to report your information to the state board. So the passport date is the deadline. You cannot make up time after your passport date. And then for PM students making up time, you do not have to take a lunch. This is I'm asked frequently. If a PM student signs up to make up time, it's outside of your hours. So you can please take a lunch. We encourage you to take a lunch, but you must clock out for your lunch. Your makeup time will automatically stop at 5 o'clock, and then you'll be able to sign in at 5:30. So you have that half-hour break from 5 to 5:30. So and that's the designated break. However, if you're here during the afternoon, you do need to nourish yourself. You need to take care of yourself. So if you don't bring food with you that you can eat and work while you're here on the clock, then you should take that break, go get food, so you can keep your brain working and your body working accordingly. So when you decide that you want to make up time, what you're going to do is you're going to go to the office and you're going to talk to Mr. Alex. Mr. Alex is going to give you one of these slips. It has all of your information on it, everything we need to know about your hours and your time, and then we will your schedule will be laid out right here on the bottom of the page. The dates that you're going to make up, the amount of time, and then the initials for approval for that makeup time. Okay. So if there are any questions, feel free to email me, or you can come into my office. The Makeup Time protocol is with Alex and Lexi in the office. They go over it with you when you sign up, and they will give you a sheet that you'll sign. This is just the way it is. This is what we've had to do to make sure that Makeup Time is available for everybody, and that everybody has a fair shot of getting that time in before they graduate, because life happens. We miss school. It's just inevitable. We want everybody to have a shot at bringing their hours back, and so they can stay on track. Okay, so thank you so much. I appreciate your guys' understanding, and yeah, we'll see you around school.